December. It is one of my more favorite months. So December is known for a lot of the celebrations and festivities that go on in December. A lot of people take this month to spend time with family and friends. Sometimes we use this month to reconnect with family members we may have not seen in a while. It's a very loving just month. It's very family oriented, right? When people think of December, we tend to think of the major holidays that happen in this month. But I actually spent the time to go through and find out some things that are kind of unique about December that maybe may not come to mind when you first think of the month. So for me, when I think of December, what comes to mind is snow. Especially living in Michigan, other states actually know Michigan for its crazy weather, right? People like to talk about how unpredictable our weather is in Michigan. So December is no exception to that, right? We tend to get some years a lot of snow, some years we don't get very much snow at all, right? So in Michigan, like a lot of other states, we actually track our snowfall. So we actually have a record high for snowfall. A lot of you guys would probably remember this. It was in the year of 1978. So in 1978, the state of Michigan actually got a whopping 355 inches of snowfall. That's a lot. If you think about, just for comparison, a school ruler is 12 inches. So now picture 355 inches. That is a lot of snow, right? So we actually only got, for the year of 1930, 81 inches. And that was the least amount of snowfall to date that we have gotten. So we actually measure our snowfall each year in the same place. It's actually measured near Houghton County at the Memorial Airport. So as much snow as, they get there, it may not be as accurate to be either the least amount of snow or the most amount of snow. Because obviously, depending on where you are in Michigan, you get different amounts of snowfall. But that is what has been recorded at the Houghton County Memorial Airport. So that is actually a research center for the University of Michigan Tech. If you know anything about the area of Michigan Tech, in the wintertime, they tend to get a lot of snow. I remember I went to college here in town, and we would cancel for a little bit of snow. I know someone that said that if it wasn't above her hips, that they were still going to be going to university classes. So kind of interesting, right? They tend to get a lot more snowfall in that area, and life has to go on. So when people think about December, they think about the big holidays, right? We can't forget December 24th and December 25th, which happen to be Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, right? Those are the most popular holidays, especially in the U.S., I think, in December. But there are some other holidays that happen in December. I want to just read you a few that I found that sometimes I think we forget about. So December 7th is National Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day. December 15th is the Bill of Rights Day. December 17th is the Wright Brothers Day. So I did find a couple of just for fun kind of holidays as well. December 11th is International Mountain Day. December 13th is National Violin Day. December 13th is National Day of the Horse. And December 26th is National Candy Cane Day. So kind of cool, right? I'm not exactly sure how you can celebrate a lot of those days. I don't know about you, but I'm not going to be scaling any mountains, and I surely can't play the violin. But maybe you can find a way to celebrate these fun little holidays. So in Michigan, we're actually very blessed, not only to get all the snowfall and everything else, but we are actually home to the world's largest Christmas store. I know a lot of families actually make it a tradition to go to our large Christmas family store here. I know that's something that I did every year, whether it's to go to buy ornaments or if it's just to go to look at the Christmas lights and to feel jolly, right? So you may have been to Frankenmuth's Bronner's, right? So if you've ever been there, you know it is a huge store, which is super cool, right? It's actually open year round, right? So I want to tell you a little bit about Bronner's. So it actually promotes itself as the world's largest Christmas store. It is a year-round operating company, and it is a building that is 7.35 acres, okay? So the Christmas store itself, I don't know if you have ever walked the entire store, but it is over 7 acres big, right? Full of Christmas trees, ornaments, lights. They have an area for Santa, all that kind of stuff, right? That is a huge store. So they even have what they call their landscaped grounds, right? So maybe if it's really cold and you need something to do and you don't feel like going into the store, they have beautiful scenery all around that you can drive the grounds and just see. They have religious decorations, they have Santa Claus decorations and things like that. So the entire property is actually 27 acres. Wow, that is huge, right? So that is 27 acres jam-packed of holiday festive fun. It's pretty impressive. I mean, you have to admit, right? Okay, so I hope that you guys, maybe spend the time to share maybe your favorite Christmas memory at Bronner's or something to do with something that you guys enjoy doing in the wintertime. So I want to move on to talk a little bit about the people of December. So I want to know, who are my December friends? Who has a birthday in December? Okay, so I like to talk about zodiacs. So you guys may have learned over the many videos I have made this year that each month is home to 2 zodiacs. So if your birthday falls in between November 23rd to December 21st, you are a Sagittarius. If your birthday falls in between December 22nd to January 19th, you're actually a Capricorn. So I did a little bit of research as well on what your birthstone is. So the month of December actually has a few different birthstones. 2 of the birthstones are the turquoise and the tanzanite. So if you know anything about tanzanite, it is actually a very cool stone. I think that the turquoise stone is a lot more known. It was actually very popular as jewelry in general, maybe about 20 years ago, right? So I want to tell you a little bit about tanzanite because it is such a cool and unique stone. Tanzanite is actually a purple stone, and it's actually become quite rare. It's only mined in one place of the world, and it's actually Tanzania. So you can tell a lot about your tanzanite stone by its color. So if it's darker, it tends to be more pure, right? A lot of times you can tell if the stone is better if it has a different color, right? That tends to be with a lot of birthstones. So it's pretty cool, that if you have tanzanite stone, it's only from Tanzania. And like I said, it's become quite rare because it's the only place it's mined. So they have mined a lot of it. So you can still get tanzanite, but it does tend to fetch a pretty penny. So talking a little bit more about the birth flower of December. So each month has a birth flower associated with that month. This month is the holly and also the narcissus. So holly, right, is little green leaves that have little red berries. Whereas, the narcissus is a relative of the daffodil. It has really pretty little white blossoms on there. So those are some of the things that I think a lot of people know about the month of December, but I want to share a couple more things that I personally have never heard of that I thought were pretty cool. So in the month of December, you can actually see the Geminid or Geminide meteor shower. So it can only be seen on December 13th at night. So December 13th is right around the corner. So I don't know if you have your favorite chair by a window that you're able to see the sky. After 9 p.m., you can catch a glimpse. So the Geminid or Geminide meteor shower is the most active meteor shower of the year. So if you've ever seen a meteor shower, you see lots of falling things from the sky, right? Lots of light. So it is the most active. So you're going to see the most cool things going on in the sky. Okay, so last but not least, before I leave you guys, I wanted to share some cool history that has actually happened December. So this happened all the way back in the year of 1807. They have records about this, okay? So it happened on December 14th. The people were calling it the Space Invader. So at 6:30 a.m. in 1807, residents from Vermont all the way to Connecticut, okay? So from Vermont to Connecticut, this thing could be seen, right? People looked up at the sky, and basically there was this huge ball of fire coming down, right? It was about 2/3 the size of the moon. So you could imagine that might be kind of scary to see coming down, right? So it actually came so quickly, it broke apart and it fell to the earth in 6 areas, okay? So it broke apart into 6 different areas of Connecticut, yes. So when this thing was coming down, you could actually hear a whizzing sound, okay? And when these meteors or this fireball broke apart and hit the earth, the shock waves or the sonic booms from these pieces that fell from space could be heard 40 miles away. Okay, so each of these booms, if you were within 40 miles, you were gonna hear it. Could you imagine being right by that thing? It would be so loud. So the whole event was very confusing, especially in 1807. And the whole thing only took 30 seconds. So I could imagine people were probably pretty worried, right? Wondering what in the world is going on. So anyways, thank you guys so much for joining me again. I hope that you learned something new. I know December is a very popular month. It's very fun-filled and packed of adventure, right? So I hope that you guys remember to stay safe, and I hope that you guys have a wonderful holiday. And until next time.